late last night. I can't actually put a
So you're
time on
saying
it.
it was still last night before you didn't know?
Yeah, 100%. Last night was yesterday was like really. It was when I figured out 100% that it was time. And even then, it wasn't still 100% because I really didn't want to leave this great university, the friends that I made here, just everybody that I built a relationship with, and just to see it all gone now, it's like really heartbreaking.
And obviously, everybody knows in every game pass rush is important, but is it even more so when you got Landry Jones over there?
Um, I mean, some people will probably look at it as that. I really don't. I just look at it as a new day, a new challenge, and I'm going to go out there and play to the best of my ability. Coach Snyder's been telling us, him and Coach Sumlin been telling us all year that it's not about the other team, it's about us, and let's do what we came to do. Let's prepare like we prepared and like we never prepared before, and if we do all that, it'll take care of itself.
At what point this season did you realize that you were having a good enough season that even declaring early might even be a real option for you?
I really didn't realize that until the end of the season. I try not to focus on the here and I try not to focus on what's in the future and stuff or what's in the past. I'm focused on the here and the now and the task at hand. And so, I heard rumors about it and talking, but like I said, you never know what can happen. Something can happen at one instant minute, and so it wasn't until the end of the season when I really just like, oh, okay, well, that's a possibility. And even then, I really wasn't focused on it. Like I said, I really didn't want to say, I'm really not in a rush to grow up at all. Like I said, I feel like I just turned 20, so to be going on and making that next step, it's like, I feel like I'm growing up too fast.
Spencer called you a big baby. He said that when you're feeling sick, he would go upstairs and get chicken noodle soup for you. And he wants to take credit for your for going to the NFL. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, he's had a tremendous impact. Yes, there's been a couple times I've been in the room. I get sick seasonally, and so when I got sick, there was a couple times I didn't want to go downstairs. He's like, "Oh, you want me to go get you some soup or something?" And he took care of me when I was sick. So yes, he did have a part. That's my best friend. That was my roommate before every game. We had talks about life in general, about football, and just his enthusiasm. Some days when I feel like, oh man, this is really gotta go to practice or something, he'd be right there to make a joke or bring his enthusiasm, and everybody. I feel like everybody feels that same way and just feeds off of him.
I think only 6 Aggies have ever won the National Player of the Year for their position. I think played with 4 of them now, with Van Zell and Joker, Randy, and Vaughn. You was talking about and yourself being part of that group that's had a successful career. What's it been like just to be part of that group and to play with those players?
It's a truly humbling experience to let you know that when you were younger and you're looking on TV and you're looking at the Vish Youngs and the Reggie Bushes and stuff like that, you're like, oh my gosh, who are these players and stuff? And now just to be in this position and actually been here, talk to them, joked around with them and be on the same team, it's like this can happen to anybody. It's just how much is your will and your want to and your aspirations to achieve those dreams. And so like I said, I feel truly honored and humbled just to even play with those guys.
Have you talked to Vaughn or his parents in recent weeks while you were going through this decision, and have you told them of the decision? I guess they know by now.
Yes, sir. They've been involved 100% of the way. I talk to somebody on their side of the family at least every day. If it's not Vaughn, I talk to him. I try to talk to him as often as I can, but at the same time, I want to let him focus on the season. And then I talk to Mama Miller and his father all the time. I probably talk to his father the most, and they've been involved through this whole process and just helping me from their past and just kind of trying to guide me to the right steps. So they've been involved the whole way.
We ask a lot of players this. I don't know if we've asked you. If you think about the season, everybody wants to know about the Alabama game because it's probably the biggest one. But do you think what happened late in that Ole Miss game may be every bit as big as what happened at Alabama?
Yes, sir. It is. After the Ole Miss game, we try not to reflect on the past, but at the same token, we held on to that game. We held on to that game to show that you can always you can come back. Anything can happen at any given time, and so when we was in the Alabama game, you know, when we had the lead, we were like, okay. You know, remember the Ole Miss game? We've been, you know, we done been low, we done been high, and so anything can happen. You know, once we had the lead and we felt like we were gonna win, we was like, okay, we gotta hold on to it because they can easily do what we did. Or when we were coming back from behind, it's like, okay, well, we didn't been in worse positions before, so that kind of was a little motivation, and you know, I think it kind of a building block to this whole season.
And then at Alabama, the play that kind of finished it off when DeShazer got the interception at the goal line, Mark Snyder's talked about how the play Alabama ran that time was what y'all been working on as a two-point play all year long. Did you guys essentially know what was coming before DeShazer made that interception?
You know, obviously nobody can predict the future, but we didn't think an interception was going to come or anything. But, you know, I think everybody kind of sensed it that, you know, okay, we've been repping this since the beginning of the season, since two-a-day. Coach Snyder's been telling us about his old glory days. Oh, I remember I had this one play and somebody picked it off. And so, you know, everybody was just kind of like, you know, we sensed it and it was like, okay, so we finally get to run it after this whole season. Somebody's going to actually run that play, and so I think just for the constant repetition of that, you know, DeShazer put himself in the best situation to make a play, and the whole defense did too, just to help him out. And so it was a combined effort, and it was. I still can't believe that happened.
Damontre, on the decision to go ahead and declare blindly.
You know, I just weighed out the pros and cons with my family. My extended family and the coaching staff, and you know the pros just outweighed the cons. I can't list all the reasons why. There was so many reasons. If I was still writing that list, you know, my mom and dad and Vaughns' mom and dad had to help me cut off the list because I was still going on about you know, how I love A&M, and then also of how. Oh, well, you know, this has been a lifelong dream. So the list can go on, but, you know, at the end of the day, we had to draw the line somewhere. And when we drew the line, it was kind of, it leaned just a little bit more towards that way. But it kind of all set in, and what was the final deciding factor is when I seen how much support I had, and the coaching staff were getting me all the information and providing me with everything I needed, and with my you know, my brothers on the team just sitting there saying, supporting me, and just having my back. So I think that was just really just the kind of the deciding factor.